clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the TV Terminal. My name is Adam Vale, senior editor over at the Koalition.com.
My name is Josh Lamage, writer for the Koalition.
And here we go, people. We are back. This is Mayor at Kingstown, season 4, episode 5. Damned. This was a good episode. Was a good episode. Before we started recording, Josh was down on it. He's like, "Yo, this is gonna suck. I think it's gonna be boring."
Never said that.
Yo, let me take a nap halfway through. Wake me up.
Lies.
And I was like, "Yep, probably." But what isn't a lie is I said someone was gonna die. I felt it. I said someone's gonna die. Someone is gonna die.
It's episode 5, midway season.
Exactly. There you go. Midway season. I mean, is it really a spoiler when we talk about this stuff? I mean, because think about it. When you watch shows, we've all watched shows, right? We're all here for that. We know certain key moments or certain events happen in key episodes, right? Episode 1, of course, got to get things popping, right? Mid-season breaks, usually episode 5 if it's a 10. Or 6 if there's more, right? Or just a mid-season finale. Hey, the next episode mid-season finale. Something has to happen to get you to think about it while it's on its break to come back, right? So once I saw episode 5, something has to happen. Something big. And something big did happen. In fact, was it the death? I don't think so. I don't think it's so much of the death. I think it's more of everything else that happens. And RB7, now fourth cousin to CR7, had to correct me on that one. Nina is horrible. The warden is as corrupt as it can get on any of these shows. You did. You all told me. Everybody told me. I was in disbelief. I thought maybe she, and you know what? No, maybe she still is under pressure, and that's why she's this corrupt. But she is very evil. She's playing it up. If there is more to it, then we'll get into it. There's a lot, but everybody, we're going to change this up a little bit for this one because there was a lot of jumping around. So we're just going to split this up into 3 parts. So the first part, we're just going to cover the bunny situation because not so much happened, but that way we can just get that all put together nice and neat. Then we're going to do the Ian Stevie Robert situation, all the stuff going on there, and then the meat and potatoes, which is the Robert and Kyle, Tracy, the prison, Cindy, all that. That was what we really cared about in this episode. A lot happened there, but again, real quick, thanks for everybody with the comments, the likes, the subs, the shares, the hypes. We get the reports, they come in, I see it. It's great. It is a small channel. So I never expect like big numbers anywhere here and there because how are people finding us? They're finding it because they're just searching for the show itself. They're searching for Mary Kingstown season episode, whatever, and they find us and they stick around and they do whatever, like, comment, say thanks. It's all great. Right? Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. We're talking about the shows. We want you to jump in, as you've probably seen some of the other comments. Same thing. Just give your thoughts. What do you think's happening with the show? Do you like this season? I hope you do. I think it's good. I'm enjoying it. There's other shows that we've watched that we didn't like, right? But this one we do.
I'd be like, all right, you ready to film? I'm like,
right, exactly. It's like, oh, my throat hurt.
I fell down the stairs.
Oh man, I fell down. I did fall down the stairs. Remember, don't crack jokes on that. I hurt my back. It was pretty bad, but it's okay. I'm good now. What else? And yeah, that was it. No, it's true. No, that's it. I'll leave that for the after show. It's true. Everybody knows that. Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah. Just thanks for everybody on all of it. It's just been great. Keep it up, and let's just get into this. Ready? Go. All right.
So we're starting with Bunny, Frank Moses, the whole thing with the Colombians.
Yeah.
First kind of storyline that wasn't really a pivotal thing, but it was, kind of segmented here and there throughout the episode. So the episode starts with it. We see the train. Frank Moses isn't there. It's Bunny really just watching the whole thing. They're putting all the shipment stuff inside the train, and they're covering it with cardboard and garbage and stuff like that. So part of the plan that was initially set in place by Frank, and Bunny's liking this. He's like, look at that shit, man. Like, watch my stuff. Watch how it's moving. So he was excited to see it go, but in the distance, we see someone watching with binoculars, and he's looking down and he's writing down times, and it's I guess we got his name before, but we've been calling him the Colombian Hitman.
I like the Colombian Hitman. I like that better. So, and I think he would like that as well, because that's just like, that's a character name. He might as well be a wrestler, you know, coming down 6'4", 285, the Colombian Hitman. Yeah, I think that would work.
Especially with the whole thing when they attacked Bunny, that like he seemed kind of nerfed. Like he seemed kind of like he was just a side character, and now he's playing such a pivotal role in navigating everything right now. So, but then later on, he's waiting outside. He pulls up with his Jeep. You see them actually like right before this whole situation. They're at the mechanic's office. So I guess all the Colombian guys are working through this, you know, their little scheme.
It looked like they were getting their they looked like also they were getting their vehicles ready, because that was it, right? You see all of them around their cars. They're talking. They're getting things ready, and that's it. It's just to get all the cars ready. They're gonna put them on the tracks.
But I think that's like a new hideout for them too, because their other place got blown up.
Who knows? They probably have multiple. We know pretty much nothing about this operation. That's it. We don't know who's really running everything. I think it's Frank still. I'm still not.
I think it's Torres.
Yeah, Torres could be. Again, that's too much on the nose. But then again, the whole warden being corrupt, and that seems to be spot on. So maybe they're not keeping the cards close to the chest when it comes to that. It is as obvious as it is. It's like, oh, is it Torres? Yeah, it's Torres. So, but I mean, this was it. That was it pretty much, because they grabbed the cars, they put them on.
Yeah, he works for the cartel, I believe. So
yeah. The train, I was hoping would just go full steam ahead and just ram right through. We did, and then stopped. Yeah. Well, I wonder if that was also part of the whole setting up the trucks, the vehicles, because maybe they put more weight in them. So then that way it's not so much of, if they decide to put the throttle, it's not going to be an easy move. It's going to clog things up and slow them down. Because at first it does hit and then slows down. Because I'm assuming that the driver of the train is in on all this, right? The driver has to know.
No. They shoot him. Yeah.
No. I know they shoot him, but there were multiple shots. So I'm assuming that it was a gunfight. It was some shooting back. It was like, you're not doing this, and it didn't matter. It still happened.
I don't know about that. I think it was just multiple guns, because they just probably just
you think that
everybody involved, like everybody that was in front. Like I don't know if there's like two guys running the train or just one guy, and they just killed them out. All right, because again, they're under the cover of this being like an actual business where they're able to transport everything, and the less people, I think, the better as far as like who's on the train and stuff, make it look less suspicious.
Well, I was hoping that since they're loading up the trains, that they would have, whether Frank or Bunny would have some of their people on the train, and that would be nice, just to keep, just in case. But I guess that Frank never had to worry about this, right? He never had to worry about somebody. He said it before in that 2 episodes back, talking about, it goes through customs from Canada. No one pays attention. It's garbage. No one inspects it. So that would explain that. But when I heard the gunfight, it sounded like someone shooting back, which is why I think that the train conductor was someone who's aware.
Maybe he was strapped. Maybe he was strapped. But then again, why would he stop for anything? He would just keep.
I don't think he tried to stop. I think the train rammed into it and then got stuck, because.
But then in the same token, Bunny sees what's going on, because they brought a gasoline truck, a fuel truck. The fuel truck. Look at that, the fuel trucks.
Yeah.
Remember in the last episode? So they had something to do with the fuel trucks with Torres and all that. But
anyway. We definitely know.
Yeah.
It's the trucks.
Yeah. But they use an actual fuel truck, and they light up the train. And Bunny sees us from afar. He calls Mike, and he's like, "Yeah, we got a problem." He's like, "It's an all-out attack. It's a war." Yeah. He's like, "We got to strike back." So
very cool visual. Very cool visual. To see that now, that's the one cool thing with Bunny on the rooftop. He has a nice overview of Kingstown itself. He sees the prison, he sees the streets, and now he can see the train didn't make it that far out. It made it seem like
one of those games where you're like, those games where you're like controlling everything like from above, and you're like
Oh
seeing
yeah,
like
yeah,
everything
like a
being built and stuff.
simulator. Yeah, like a
Yeah,
yep,
so
yep.
like, it's
City
like the train
simulator. It's
just
like
on fire, and you're just like, but
yeah, you got to
yeah,
put that out, and then that was it for the bunny situation. Now that we'll just get into real quick. What do you think is going to happen with this? Obviously, he's going to tell Frank, and then Frank is going to get his people together and try to hunt down the rest of the Colombians in town, or is he just going to say, "Hey, this is your problem, Bunny. You got to do that. I didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
any issues."
You need to get my shipment back, and you need to pay me back for all that. You know, you're in debt to me now. That was your
Oh
wallet.
yeah, you
You,
see,
you
yeah, see, there you go, there you go. Maybe that's why Frank is really involved because now this whole thing was planned. It was all hit, and this puts Bunny indebted to Frank.
mhm.
But no, no. If that was the case, then the Colombian hitman wouldn't have to take notes. He would have just received the information from Frank. There's no need to take notes if you're going to get the direct phone calls like, "Hey, train is leaving at 6."
I
No.
mean, who's pulling the strings here? You know, maybe that's the objective. Maybe he's playing chess right now. He knows that there's an outside force that wants to come in. It's going to deal with that. He slowly takes over Bunny's place, helps him wipe out the cartel later on, and then claims it
Yeah.
Bunny's territory as his
Oh
own.
yeah, yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I definitely believe that Frank is trying to run the show and try to get Bunny out of the way.
mhm.
I think that's Emerald. So, poof,
Yeah,
we're done with
they
that.
can't be calling him evil because he's ends up
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being a real
exactly. They
chill
they
guy.
said it. They know more. I wish when they said that they gave some examples. Like it was like, oh, remember what he did in '96? Yeah, that was, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he did this, blah 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 blah. Give me some stories. Just plant some images in my brain, so then that way I can, like a ghost story type of
Yeah,
thing. Just tell me all the crazy things that he's done. So then it's like, wow, I could
the
see him in a
legend.
different, see him in a different light. But we'll see.
All right, this next one is my favorite storyline of this whole thing, as far as this episode, because I thought it was just insane, nerve wracking, this and that. But basically, it starts with um, the captain, the police chief, calling in Ian to his office, and he's like, "They're gonna get you. The grand jury is gonna indict you. They got the witness. I'm just letting you know. This is a favor to you. I'm letting you know." And he's like, "Well, you seem happy about this, huh? Is this something you want?" He's like, "No, I'm doing you a favor. I'm letting you know." So now Ian is stressed. He is stressed. He walks out. He calls Robert. Robert, of course, is not answering because where is he at? He's always at the bar. So what's he gonna
So
do?
it's comical with this captain. He knows that Ian tried to kill Evelyn by throwing a brick. He definitely knows that was him. And then you're going to tell him this? Oh, she has a 90% success rate when it comes to convicted people. She's gonna get you. She's gonna get. You're basically telling him, go get her before this happens. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for him to give the wink. That's all that's missing here. Like, ah, come on. It's funny. He's a funny character because is he really a captain at this point? He's never really telling them what to do. They're just running around doing whatever in Kingstown. It's just like they have no other cases. There's nothing else to worry about. Just this. But
Well, Ian is stressed, so he walks out, and then Mike calls him, and he's like, "Oh, tell me you got some good news because it's really been a rough day." And he's like, "No, I find out that Kyle is next to Merle Callahan. I need you to do something. I need you to spook the warden." So gets Ian out of this whole little situation for a minute. He gets Stevie. They pull over. They pull over the warden as she's exiting the prison. She's in her car, and she's like, "What's this all about?" And he's like, Can we go into can we look inside your car?" She's like, "Okay." And she steps out, and then she's like, "Wait, where's your warrant?" He's like, "No, you just let us in." And
yeah, you
she's like,
said okay.
He's like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna find?" So he looks through the car. Now I
She
wasn't sure if,
even offered. She even offered to unlock the phone. She said, "Do you want me to unlock the phone?" She started playing all night, and then her tone changed once they were looking at the car. She said, "Where's your warrant?" Too late. You already said we can do all this, right, Stevie? Yeah, he's like, yeah. You said it.
Ian's funny here. I know he's a jerk, but he's funny here. And he opens up the compartment, and we see that hidden gun that she had, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just any gun; it's like an automatic
Yeah,
pistol.
oh yeah, yeah. And a
Um,
special hidden compartment too. It wasn't like in the glove box because he talked
yeah,
about it before. He's like, "All this is something when it was set up that way for her vehicle." So she's
yeah.
more than just, "Oh yeah, I got a gun for protection." No, 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 no.
Yeah, her vehicle doesn't even look like that, like a new type or fresh type of car. So it's funny to have something so like interesting like that in the middle of the compartment. So it just rats her out away, like right away. Now he doesn't show her that he took the gun. He just takes it. He's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Well, aren't you on an investigation right now for the death of
Carney.
Carney?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's still open investigation." She's like, "Shouldn't you be doing that?" And he's like, "Well, we got a lot of people on it right now, and it might lead in any direction. So anybody, might be involved with this." And she's like looking at this, and then they leave, saying like, we didn't find what we were looking for. And then she gets into her car, she opens up the compartment and notices that her gun is gone, and she's pissed.
I should have made the audio clip of that one line that she says about time not spent or something like that with crime. It seems to be a lot of crime in Kingstown or something like this. And he's like, yeah, it keeps us both employed.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's like, yeah, if there was no crime, there'd be no prison. You wouldn't be here. And he'd be out the job. Maybe he'd be a garbage man or something.
He's funny. He's like, you don't see a body cam. You don't see a car cam. Like, it's like we're doing what we want, right? So he leaves. But then he goes and finds Robert again at the bar, and he's like, "We need to find that witness. He's a delivery guy for like one of these like food truck places. So we need to find him, and we need to spook him." And Robert's like, "All right, okay." He's like, "Do me this favor." So they get in the car. Starts snowing. They find the guy. Somehow they found him easily. And was he leaving his house? He was on a delivery.
Yeah, it looked like they tracked him. They were trying to just follow him around because when they first see him, it looks like he was leaving his house. It could have been from a delivery, but I guess they were waiting to find him on a dead street where there wasn't a lot of traffic.
Yeah, they found him in a bad area.
Yeah.
It was dark under like an overpass, a bridge or whatever, and they pull behind him. Robert gets out and he's waiting in the cold. And then the guy comes out and he's like, "Hey, I need to speak with you." He's like, "We're here, checking out." He gives him like some BS reason to talk to him. It's like they're looking for like people that are stealing packages and stuff like that. And he's like, a plainclothes officer is like worried about packages. He's like, "Well, we're not. It's not gonna happen in front of black and white, right?" And so he's like, "Okay," and then he keeps talking to him, and he's like, "Look, just let's get in the car, let's have a little chat." And he's like, "I'm not going anywhere. Like, what is this about?" He's like, "Well, it's and he's like, "Wait, is this about the grand jury indictment?" He's like, "Nah, man."
That is a joke right there. What grand jury indictment? And the cops, hold on, let me take out my phone. I'm gonna record this line. Are you kidding me? You're on a dead street by yourself. And then Ian comes out. You got two cops, and you're bringing this up, and you're going to take out your phone to record live. You're asking for a bullet. You are asking for a bullet. He should have played dumb the whole time. Everybody knows common sense. They say, "Hey, you want to talk? Yeah, let's talk." Okay. Hey, did you see anything? You know what? I don't think so. I got this pink eye thing going on. I didn't see anything. Just play dumb, even if you don't mean it. Play dumb to get out of the situation. Yeah. No, this dumb jabroni's like, "Let me record you right now." Like he's gonna have enough time to put the phone up. And
Ian gets out of the car and he's like, "What's going on, buddy?" And he's like, "No, you guys are like, I'm gonna record this. You guys are crazy. This is an active invest." And then Robert just takes out his gun and shoots him. And then Ian's like, "Oh, come on, like come on." And then the guy's like, he shoots him in the neck, like doesn't kill him immediately. He's like bleeding out, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't see anything.
I changed my mind. I made a mistake."
Yeah, and then Ian's like, "Man, it's too late for that, buddy. It's too late for that."
And he gives him 2 more shots. Robert shoots him 2 more times.
No, Ian shoots him now.
Ian shoots him? Oh, shoot. I was writing notes at that point. I just heard the gunshots. It was 3 shots altogether.
So Robert shot him once, and then Ian gave him 2 more in the chest.
2 more for good measures. There you go.
His body when in doubt. They wrap him up in some plastics. I guess they had that. I mean, garbage bags they had in the car. They planned this
just in case. You never know. You got a garbage bag, duct tape, a shovel. Necessities. I've watched enough Dexter. I know what they have. This is it.
They bring them down by like the river, and he's like, "Hold on, let's just in case he floats up at any chance, let's take the bullets out." So they open up. You see the guy just dead, just staring.
Oh, Robert, he's a pro.
Robert has his gloves on. He's digging through his neck, like where he shot him. And then Ian's like, "What? You do this all the time? Like, what is this?" And he like pulls out the bullet. I guess they didn't need to take the 2 bullets out of his chest or whatever, or they just didn't show that. But they wrap him up again, and they drop him in the river, and he slowly sinks in. And that's that story.
He's gonna bloat up. We've seen all these situations before. True stories, body, right? Now, why not just fill it up with dirt and rocks or do something like that just to get it to sink? Once you dump it in, yeah, it's gonna float up, and eventually someone's gonna find it. This guy is gonna be missing for a while, or at least to the point that Evelyn is gonna look for him. So when was the grand jury? They said maybe I don't think they said the date.
It's like the following week.
The following week. All right. So when they go to look for this guy, I think they did say his name, but we'll just call him the delivery guy. They're gonna realize he's missing. Now he should have been under witness protection once he announced that he was a witness. That's it. She should have. Evelyn knows better, especially when they throw a brick at her car. Come on now, protect your witness. But no, she doesn't. And the fact that she even told Mike in the last episode was like, "Oh, I have a witness." You know he's friends with Ian. You know he's friends with Ian.
Yeah, that's why his brother is still in jail.
Yeah,
just really to protect Ian and everybody.
Exactly.
Because like, Ian's his way into the whole priesthood and everything. Still, like, there's without Ian, you're like, what does he have?
Ian is the one that lifts up the yellow police tape that says, "Yeah, let him through." You know what I mean? Ian is his connect. If Ian goes down, that's it. There is no more mayor of Kingstown.
Stevie changes his tune.
Stevie, and I don't know. Stevie is a good partner, but I could see Stevie saying, "You know what? Peace out. I'm going to Michigan. You know, I'm going to another part of the state. I'm leaving Kingstown. I'm going to Detroit."
So, yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, if you're still with us, do you think how do you think this is gonna unfold for Ian and Robert?
I think they're both gonna get away with this. That's what I think. I don't see anything happening with them on this one. Maybe Robert, but Ian, no, I think he's a lifer for this show. You know, he was fantastic. This actor was fantastic, playing the same role on Yellowstone. You know, same thing, a cop of the town, and then doing dirty work for the Dutton family and things like that, and pulling people over, and all the same type of stuff he's doing here is what he was doing on Yellowstone. And he plays a fantastic role here of just playing both sides of the fence. Because at first you're like, all right, he's a good cop all the time, right? He's trying to solve crimes. He's out there, he's doing dead bodies, decapitate, we gotta find these guys. But at the same time, he's throwing bricks over the overpass, and he's just, he's doing all the little side dirty work as we just saw here. I feel sorry for that witness. That guy should have known better. He still, I get it, has a job and wants to do deliveries, but man, if you know you have incriminating evidence against the local police department, maybe you should get out of Dodge. Go under hiding for a while.
They'll fight for their own, like no one else. So
yeah. All right. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts on that one, go ahead, put it in the comments. What do you think is going to happen? Like Josh said. But now let's get to it. Let's get to the party.
We got some images.
We got a lot. We got a whole,
Mike looking sad.
Oh, sad Mike. It's been rough for him.
He was kind of chill in the beginning of this scene, like he was drinking his coffee. He was about to enter the prison. He's like, all right, time to see my brother. He goes in. And now knowing the information that he knows with Cindy's letter, a note of, Merle being next to Kyle, he wants to confront him about this. So Kyle comes up and he's like, do you know who's next to you? Do you know who's in the cell next to you? And he's like, no. Like, what is it? He's like, it's Merle Callahan. Oh my gosh.
It's Merle. It's Callahan.
I mixed the two.
Merle Callahan.
Oh man. Well, it's unedited, right? So
that's right. We just flow with it.
So Merle's next to him, and he's like, "Oh man, he's like all upset about this." he's like,
yeah, go ahead.
No, what did you say?
No, I was gonna say, but then he said something very. I'm gonna just play the audio.
Yeah, the audio.
Offered me?
Yeah, Kyle.
Nothing.
Advice, I guess. Fucking
Don't
nothing.
bullshit me,
Kyle.
I'm not. Kyle.
Just advice.
That's all. Okay.
He's lying. Kyle's already lying, and I found it interesting that Mike. That's the first thing he said. What did he offer you? Because he knows the situation. He was under Callahan's wing when he was in prison. That was brought up in, I think it was first season, second season, somewhere around that. Early on, we found out the whole thing. They have a history. So he knows his games and he knows what he's doing. And that's why the first thing he brings up, and Kyle lies. It's, I guess, because he doesn't want to
he
feel
gave me
dumb about
drugs
those. Yeah, he should.
and a
He didn't give you
mirror.
anything. Right, exactly, a mirror so we can do some FaceTime. It was great, and he kept saying, oh man, I should have asked his name. Yeah, but for the past 2 seasons you've never seen this guy, or I mean, I get it, last season, a whole big thing that could get voided out, but still you would think he would have asked his name at some point. He never did. Meanwhile he's taking his drugs and his advice and all this stuff. But
and then Mike's like, look, like I gotta get Tracy out of here. I gotta get Tracy and Mitch out of here. They're okay. And he's like, why wouldn't they be okay? He goes, I don't know what the connections this guy has inside and out right now that might affect you. He goes, but he's gonna use you and your family to get to me. And then Kyle's like, oh man, like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack last night. Like I don't know, I can't even breathe, Mike. I can't breathe right now.
I love that. I love that scene because at first I'm like, well, you're stressed. Yeah, you're stressed. But from what we see at the end with Gen Pop, this dude might as well just collapse on the floor at that point. Like, and then they throw him in the infirmary, and that's how he gets out of the situation.
Well, yeah. Once we get
if we get into that.
But the gist of it is like trying to stay low, don't talk to him. And he's like, well, what if he notices that I'm acting a little different and he notices that I'm onto him? He's like, well, just keep the conversation minimal. Like don't get into anything. Don't tell him anything. He's gonna use anything he can against you. If you stick out your hand, he's the type that's gonna bite it off.
Yeah. Or just put some pills in it. I don't know.
So then Mike leaves there and he goes to talk to the warden, and he enters that little office space. I think we have an image. If you skip like a couple images ahead, not this one. Yeah, here. So Mike's walking, and then Torres comes down. He's like, hey, you can't go in there. You don't have an appointment. What are you doing? And he goes to grab Mike, and Mike pushes him towards the wall. He's like, get your hands off me. Don't touch me. And he's like, you better get out of here. I can have you arrested right now. And then the warden's like,
can he do that? I don't think so. Because he touched him first.
True.
Torres touched him for. Now there's no witnesses. Then they would have to take a look at the cameras. That whole thing.
Well, they could also say it's trespassing, or they're feeling threatened. They could choose.
It could be, but I don't know. Things are very loose in Kingstown, and as we find out later, and as the viewers know, Mike is connected with KPD. So at that point, you would have to get KPD involved, and it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. No.
So Mike walks in to see the warden, and she's like, again, what could I do for you? And he's like, I feel like there's more at play here, and I think you need help. I can help you. And she's like, I have control of everything inside and outside in my life. This prison's mine. And he's like, well, did you know about Merle Callahan next to my brother? And she's like, oh, well, I mean, well, it's I'm sorry, like it's a part of this. We had to file some paperwork. It's gonna be. It's like I need him.
Straight up lied though. That's the thing that pisses me off. She straight up lied. She's like, "Oh, I just found out, just like you right now. I mean, how did you find out?" It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I just talking to him, and then he remembered who he was, and he told me, because clearly she's trying to find out who's feeding him info.
Yeah,
that type of situation.
And he's like, "Well, what is this? Like, what do you want?" And she's like, "What do you mean? What do I want? Like, I don't need anything, Mike." And he's like, the games that you're playing with me and my brother are crystal clear. And I think we got audio on this because she kind of rips him a new one a little bit slightly.
You all the way to fucking Bogota, okay? Cartel's been empowered ever since you've been here.
Wow, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I fucking don't, Mike. And you know what I see when I look through you? I see MDOC inmate number 068419. An ex-con who ran roughshod over this place for years, inside and out. Oh.
The fact that she knows his prison number is disturbing. She wasn't there at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I can barely remember my own phone number, and she's over here rattling off this dude's inmate number from years and years ago. So it wasn't like, oh yeah, he served.
Keeping her up at night.
She's definitely doing her research, and the fact that he doesn't have a computer, it's hurting him. It is definitely hurting him. The man needs to get a computer. He needs to say, hey, Rebecca.
How do you know all this? I Googled it.
What's the Googles? I heard this stuff about AOL. What's up with that? Can I log into that? I got mail. Anything
My
I need to
MySpace
know?
still here?
Exactly what's going on, because it's just he doesn't know anything, and he needs to find out. You would at least have Ian or somebody get somebody on the KPD to find out who she is, where she came from, what's her backstory. One of the things that led after this is what we just discussed, where he's the guy lean on her, put some pressure on her, and that's where they get the whole car thing. But still, you would think it's like, you know what? Let's look her up in the system. Let's see, how did she get this job? What was she doing prior to this job? Who were her connects? Just research.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. There was no research. So if there's anything to ding this show on so far, it's that we know nothing of the warden. I can understand inmates. I can understand about the Colombian hitman and not knowing anything. There's all kinds of reasons for that. But for the warden, there's got to be a paper trail. You don't just become warden.
No, 100%.
Yeah. So
and basically he looks at her and he's like, you need to put Merle in Gen Pop. And he's like, if there's one thing that man has taught me, it's how to kill. And then he leaves.
Yeah. Because she wants to know. She was like, well, why do you care so much? She knows. If you know his number, that's what he should have came back. If you know my prison number, then you know what I was doing when I was in the prison. Just like you said. Which isn't completely accurate, because he was still part of Callahan's crew and the whole thing went into prison. But that's here nor there. But the fact that she knows all this anyway. Yeah.
Then we have this little narrative with Mike visiting Tracy. One of the scenes where he's in her kitchen and they're discussing, you know, what Kyle is dealing with and possible threats. And she's like, what is this, Mike? You want me to leave? Like, I can't leave. Like, I'm not going anywhere. He's like, I need you to. Like, it's for survival. I'm just trying to keep you safe. She's like, trying to keep me safe? Like, all you do is hurt everyone. Like, how many times have you tried to keep people safe and they die? Like, I'm not gonna be like this, Mike. And she starts crying and he holds her. And then later on, he gets the police force to escort her out, and she's gonna leave the state. She's gonna go stay with her sister in Ohio. So,
and that's for the best. That's for the best, because he dances around the whole thing. She was like, what do you mean? What's going on? And I was like, oh, there's someone bad that's in there that's close to him, and that person's going to try to use Kyle to get to me. And what did you do? He doesn't want to say. And because he's ashamed of it, of all the shit that he did with the Aryans and then all that. He hates it, doesn't want to bring it up. And so he just pushes it aside, just to say, you just got to get out. And they sort of link to the whole situation of the car, someone breaking into the car and trying to get in the window. He thinks maybe it could be one of Callahan's guys. No, I think a few people in the comments brought up, they think it's Breen. And I think they could be right. It could be Breen, that he's behind the whole thing because he has a history with Tracy from the women's prison. Mike beat the crap out of him last season. He wants payback. Now that he knows Kyle's locked up, I think Breen is behind all of this, though. I think he's the one that's providing information to the warden about Callahan. He provided the backstory between Mike and Callahan. That he's got.
I'm waiting for the twist. I'm waiting for someone that we trust to flip or something. I'm waiting for the twist. There's the twist.
I know what's going to set him off. Because we saw it in the last episode,
really, yeah.
And he was hitting on Cindy, right? And he was like, "Hey, you want to go for a smoke?" And then she was like, "Nah, you know what? I think I need to quit." I was like, "Oh, all right." And wait till he comes. He's driving around, and he goes and he sees them at the whatever Cracker Barrel or whatever, and he sees them together. He's like, "Oh, what the hell? Mike got her now. I can't get anybody in this town." Oh man, they either married or dating one of the McAllisters.
It'll be really funny if he plays no part in this at all going forward. And this whole idea is just completely scrapped. But
oh wow, that he's yeah. Oh
he's
man,
just,
that was
he's just chilling. But then Ian meets with Mike, and again, kind of like what we spoke about before. He's like, "Yo, that gun that I found in her car, fully automated, no serial number. It's a ghost gun. Like, and she had a secret compartment, Mike. Like, what is she doing carrying a gun like this? Like, she's connected."
Yeah,
like, we could put her away right now. We could get everything together. And Mike's like, no, let's have her get worried. Let's have her come to me. Come to me and be worried about this whole thing. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we still need that backstory. They need somebody who can use a computer or at least make some phone calls to find out more on her, because this is just hard evidence facts from what Ian just found. then do some research. Find out more about her. Where's the connection? There is definitely a connection with the Colombians, and it's not being brought up. So
and he's like, well, why are you worried about this? He's like, streets are quiet. Take the calm, Mike. And he's like, the only calm I know is the calm before the storm.
Yeah, because he said though, Ian told him we could bring her in right now on that. This is all illegal. That's it.
And after that, right when he said the storm thing, they showed the Colombians in the mechanic shop. So that's the storm. That's the battle that's ahead. But
yeah, the cartel coming to town, taking over, trying to get Bunny out. That's another war happening.
Mike goes to visit Evelyn, and she's still all bruised, and she's looking at him. She's like, "When's the last time you slept?" And he's like, "I'm okay. I don't sleep." And then
he doesn't shower. We don't see that either. We don't.
He walks in with her, and he's like, "Okay, so what's it gonna take to get Kyle out?" And she's like, "Oh, God, I don't know how to talk about this with you right now." And he's like, "What is like your wildest dream that I can make come true? Like, how?" And she's like, "I want Robert and Ian." And she's like, "And I could easily get Robert. I know I could, but I need to get Ian down." And Mike's like, Ian's not gonna crack. He's not gonna talk about anything. Like, she's like, "Well, Mike, like if Ian goes to prison, he's gonna die there. Like that, he has enough to put him away." And he's like, "Is there anybody else?" She goes, "It has to be Al Capone." Okay. Like,
I thought, come on. He kept saying, he's like, "Come on, what is it gonna take? What's the big one?"
Get Bunny.
Right, Bunny. No, I thought once she said Robert that he was gonna say, "Fine. That's it." I thought he would, because who else is there? There's Ian. There's the sheriff. I mean, the sheriff, the captain. Get the captain. He's a horrible captain. He can't do anything right. Go ahead, find some dirt, put him down. But I don't think it's that. I don't know what he was fishing for. What? Go ahead, people in the comments. What?
You're just trying to find
other
anything.
Answer? But that's what I'm saying. Besides Ian and Robert, who else?
Exactly, and
could have triggered anything. So
she says to him that this is a problem that I don't think you could solve.
But she did. I don't know if you people know the 3-touch rule. People, if you know the 3-touch rule, just put a yes, I know, and then move on, and then give the like and a little sub. 3-touch rule. If someone comes up to you like this, guy or girl, and they touch you once, stop. They touch you again, 2, and then they touch you again, 3. Something else is going on there.
Tell that to my pastor.
Good or bad. There you go. Tell your pastor. Hey, I was an altar boy. I had no issues. Everything. Some other kids may have had some issues. Timmy, fucking Timmy, I joke about it. But not me. It was pretty good. I had a good time. Good man. Well, then again, they did call me Judas, and that's how I got my nickname for my fraternity and stuff. That was a whole big thing. I didn't work one day during Easter. Family mom wanted to go do some stuff. I came in. He was like, "Oh, you let us down. You know who else let down the church? Judas did this." And the kid's like, "Oh, he's a Judas." Whole big thing stuck with me my whole life. Thanks for bringing that up. So
you're welcome.
Yeah,
but according to what you're saying, Evelyn still got the hots for Mike.
She does.
She's like trying to rekindle, and she's been doing this every chance she's getting. She's looking for forgiveness. She's looking to get what they used to have.
You locked up his brother. Come on now. Come on. It's like, unless that's, oh my Lord, how did I miss that? Holy Bacoli. I can't believe I just missed it. When he said, "What do I have to do?" This is it. She wants him to lay down on the bed. That's what he has to do.
Bro, like
that's what he had to do. I don't have to imagine 3-touch rule. I just told you. She did it and he ignored it. And I think it's because he's thinking about what we just said, that it's got to be someone else or Cindy. Maybe he's thinking, because remember, right after that, he goes to see Cindy.
Yeah, he's got a new thing now.
He's got a new thing, but
he's also pissed. I mean, she's like rubbing his shoulder. She's like, "You can't watch over him forever." He's like, "Yeah, you tell that to his wife and kid," and he did.
Yeah, come on now. This is that's the other issue with this, and most people would say this is a problem because they all grew up in this town. We get what she's trying to do, right? But think of Kyle. Think about his family. You know he's an innocent person. Why put him in this situation? His life is threatened. She says, "Oh, he'll be fine. Everything will be fine." No, you don't know all the stuff. He could have said, "Oh, Callahan's involved. He's next door. The warden is corrupt. We found all this stuff." He could start spewing all this, but he doesn't. He doesn't do it. And that's the thing, because he could have offered that. He said, "You know what? She said you need something like Capone. How about a warden, a corrupt warden? Right? Bring down the cartel and all that." That is a huge get. I would think it does have it.
Maybe that'll be the play later on.
That could be the play. And then she'll
Once he
do
finds out, then maybe he'll play.
4 touches, and then he has no choice but to give in. He's gonna have to give in. He's like, you touched me 4 times. So that's it.
So Mike, I guess, feeling lonely or confused about everything that's happening in the day, he gets in his car. He goes to Cindy's house to find her. Sees her kids outside. Her eldest son is like, "What? Can I help you?" He's like, "I'm
Playing
looking."
street hockey. We can't
Playing
avoid
street
this.
hockey.
Playing street hockey.
I'm
I don't know
looking
where.
for your mom.
When was the last? Wait, but still, we can't dance around that street hockey. When was the last time you saw anyone play street hockey?
I have a rink near me that I see them outside.
They in the street though?
Not in the
No,
like
that's
in
what I'm
the street,
saying.
no.
Street hockey in the street.
The
It's
street,
been
no.
forever. Like maybe in some parts, go ahead and comment if you still see kids playing street hockey. Hey, maybe your own
I'm
kids
in
play street
Canada.
hockey. Or maybe in Canada, but I have not seen that in forever. So for me, that stood out because there's street hockey, not just street hockey, but street hockey at night. At night. That's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I see them playing over here like on roller skates and this whole thing. It's pretty cool. Because I rarely see that here in the city.
All right, just wanted to bring it because that stuck out to me. I was like, nighttime street hockey, these kids, whatever.
But he's like, your mom talks about you a lot, and he's like, okay. I was like, well, she's not here. Like he's like, a little protective over his siblings. It's like, all right. Well, tell her that Mike stopped by. So he leaves. He goes back to his office, and turns out that the warden is there to see him. So he's like, oh, whoa, okay. So he goes into his office. He pours himself a drink. He offers it to her. She's like, that's not my voice. No, that's not my vice. And she's like, I see your play now, Mike. Like, you got me. So I'm gonna move Callahan out, and I'm gonna move him to Gen Pop. And Mike's like playing dumb. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, I see how you're working. So
did she say that? Did she say she was gonna move him? To
yeah,
Gen Pop?
she said, yeah. She said he was gonna take Mel out.
I heard that she was gonna move him. I don't remember the Gen Pop.
Where else would he go?
Just move him. Yeah, move him down to the other end of the row there. But
maybe,
all right, whatever. Yeah, maybe you did. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure she was just saying like, I'll do what you want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mike was taking the W here for a second. He was happy about it, and she leaves. And then Cindy comes over or knocks on the door. He gets his gun because he's worried about who it could be. And
all the time.
And at the same time, as Cindy walks in, she's like, "Oh, my kid said you came by the house. Is everything okay? Is it about Kyle? Like, what is it?" And they start talking and they're flirting and they're having a little moment. And I was worried because like they panned in on him putting his gun away. And I was like, okay,
yeah.
I thought there was gonna be some twist
like,
here.
Why are they showing us that? That's the thing right there. I mean, because, again, he could put it away, but he could also just put it on the table. I don't think she would have second guessed the whole thing. It's like, it's what he does is dangerous.
I like this dynamic, and you pointed it out because he's laughing with her and he's happy, and you're like, I haven't seen Mike this happy ever.
No, never. So, that should have been Iris. I miss Iris.
So at the same token as that's happening, the lights turn on in the cells. Kyle gets up. He's like, "What's going on?" He's looking all confused. Merle gets up and goes to the gate, to the bars, and they're like, "Wrists up," and we don't know who they're talking to.
No. But before that, there was another meeting with Kyle, with Cal, when he starts going on this little monologue. And he starts talking about stuff. Yeah, because this was a big deal because he goes off. There was 2 times that he had this conversation. One when he asked him, it's like, so who was your visitor? And he was like, that was my lawyer. Where do they want you? And he gave some BS. It's like, okay. Then the next time he starts talking and he knows things are different. So he said,
brother,
Yeah, he brings up, your brother, we have a past. And we did this and did that. And he starts going into the whole thing about it. But there was something here that I found cool, and I put a little clip here.
Yeah. You're the cop. Mike's the criminal. And you're the one inside.
Yeah.
That's creepy because I was like, who told him? I mean, obviously he knows, but
he knows because Breen, someone else is telling him. One of the guards telling him, and he's filling him all the stuff. But as we know, he's turning things down because that's the big tell right here. He's not taking the cigarettes, which has the drugs and other things that he's handing him. He's basically cut off all the goodies that Callahan's offering. And next you know, now we get to that point where they're like, all right, we gotta go. So wrist up. And this is why
I'm
I
like,
was
oh, they're talking to
concerned.
Merle, and then it's Kyle, and he's like, what's going on? Where are we going? And they're like, spa day, princess, and they like pull him out, and they're walking with him, and he's like, what the heck? And then Callahan's like basically like, kill whoever comes up to you, brother, like hold tight, like just trying to give him advice and stuff. And in the previous conversation, he was like, I was your brother's keeper. Like, who's your keeper? He's like, I'm the one that helped keep him alive inside and kind of outside still. So they walk him through. They're walking through everybody. He goes in. Everyone's on these bunks.
Yeah, he's in Gen Pop now. This is it. This is it. This is rough.
One of the inmates was like dead man walking.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the warden's doing.
Yeah, it is.
I know she's bad.
What the hell?
know she's bad. I get it. But I think that there's more to it because
She's sending a message right back to Mike.
No. This is beyond a message. He can get killed right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. Come back the next episode. All right, everybody wake up, and we just see like this guy got shanked to death. This is beyond a message.
So what is it then?
I think this is more of what Callahan, because how does he know? Don't tell me he has that close connection with the warden. He knows something else. I have a feeling that Torres is involved with all this. Maybe the warden called in, told Torres, all right, we're going to move so-and-so out. Let's say it's Callahan. We're going to move him to Gen Pop. Let's just get this over because they have the gun. Remember, we know the whole thing that Ian just said. We got her. We can get her on this alone. And so Torres is like, no, I'm not doing this. So then he decides to flip it. Instead of Callahan, he's moving Kyle and puts him in Gen Pop just to end it. Because this is it. He can just die.
But at the same aspect, Ian kind of ruined it for himself because he said we don't have body cam, we don't have anything. So if they came forward with the gun and this whole thing and said we found it, he's already a corrupt cop. No one's believing anything he's saying. So she could say it's hearsay. And at the same token, Mike thinks that he's gotten, a checkmate on her. She's rallying back right now. I think in the aspect, she's like, yeah, we separated and put on in the way that you wanted. And good luck to you trying to keep control over me and anything else or try to target me again. And maybe she's going to use that as a play and say, like, if you do anything again or towards me or try to talk to me again, I might take away some of his freedoms and allow him to get attacked a little easier. And what are you going to do to prove it?
What's the end result then? What's the end result? If he dies, let's say Kyle dies. That's it. He's dead. The warden is going to die. Ian and Robert, they don't care, as we just saw. And even with Stevie, he'll help out definitely if something happens to Kyle. Just like how they pulled her over, they can do the same thing and then be like, what? You just hit me. What? Yeah, she hit you. Shoot her. Take her down. And then they can put the gun right back where they found it. It has her DNA, her fingerprints on it. And they'll be like, yeah, she went for a weapon. We found out.
That or they have him going crazy. She's using this as a ploy to find out any other connections, any other rats that Mike has, because now Mike's going to try anything that he could do to try to get to his brother now. At all. Anything. And so she's going to use that. And then obviously with the cartel connections, maybe she's not too worried. Maybe she feels that the cartel, once they dominate everything inside and out, they can wipe Mike out easily. So this is a big play right now, I think.
Yeah, maybe. A lot happening. A lot of moving parts here. We got the whole thing with Bunny and his drugs, how Frank's going to react with all that. Now we have all of this stuff going on here. We have the Evelyn situation with Ian. Where's that going to go? It is a lot. There's a lot that could happen, a lot that may happen, may not happen. But either way, it's fun. I like this show. It keeps us guessing. Right. Yeah. So thanks again, everybody. If you made it this far, thank you. Hope you like this new format that we follow for this episode. Just to clean things up instead of, and we jump here and then we jump there. Don't want to go through all that. All right, everybody. So we will be back for episode 6 next week. Thanks again. Like, subscribe, hype, and put in the comments your thoughts. Mayor Kingstown season 4. How do you feel about it? All right, everybody. Later. Peace.
Peace out.